Alright, the Reds, it's Talking Reds. Tuesday's Talking Reds. Me, Gareth Roberts, Craig Hannon joining me. Craig Hannon's put the agenda together today.
I knew you'd blame me.
Nah, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying you've put the agenda together because I've been busy working on the Anfield Rap's not very secret video project, which is basically we're going to put loads of video out next season. It's going to be great. And we've been visiting every Premier League ground, having a look, speaking to fans, and that'll slowly be dripped out there as part of a preview show in the new season. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? Plus there'll be a post-match show, plus there'll be a second look show, plus there'll be other video ideas that we've got. They'll all be going out for a while. You can have a look, tell us what you think. Can't wait to hear what you think. Hopefully you're looking forward to seeing those shows, and then we'll see where we go with it. But yeah, this is our big video project idea. So I've been a little bit removed from the LFC world and from our office.
Not been in the office at all. It's been very quiet.
Me and Sam have been like travelling around the country, and I've been lashing all random pictures up on my Instagram, and people have been going, "Why are you going to every football ground in the country?"
Yeah. You've both been very busy. You've been well travelled over the past. It's been so quiet in our office. Like, it's been nice being able to say things in my own accent without like anyone pulling me up on anything. I didn't even say that one. You've heard that in your travels.
We've been hiring cars to get to all these different places and that, and it was a lad in Liverpool here, but there's lots of Irish in Liverpool. Surprise, surprise. And the lad who was sorting out the hire car for us said he was showing me through the controls, and then he described the windscreen wash as a squirter. Which
that's what it's called.
But like, he's not my mate, so he's not someone I work with. I don't know him at all, so I can't just like laugh in his face like I do with you. So it was a bit like, oh, was it?
So basically, you've held it in and then you've taken it out on me.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, car hire guy.
Yeah. Should we talk about the Reds and that then?
Yeah, good.
I wrote something the other day. I'd had a little bit break from writing as well, but I'm back on it. And I wrote something about the goalkeeping situation because we went to Bury. And, every time the ball goes near Karius, fans go, ooh, and all this kind of shit. And he can obviously hear it, and it must be getting to him and all the rest of it. And I just think that's going to go on and on and on. And like, imagine that at Everton, or imagine that at Man United or whatever. And I just can't be arsed with it. I just don't think it's conditions that you can really operate under. It could eventually, end up affecting the defence. We're going to have our own fans turning on him, which has already happened, whether you like that or not. That is going to happen. It's definitely going to happen inside the ground. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm dealing in realities here. And what the answer to all of these things is buy a fucking goalkeeper.
Please.
Buy a fucking goalkeeper.
But you know what?
Because we didn't want Mignolet. We thought he was going. He seems to be still hanging around. Surely he goes though. Danny Ward going to get a chance playing at Blackburn on Thursday. But we're in Huddersfield yesterday. Speaking to a Huddersfield fan, and I said, "What did you make of Danny Ward when he was at Huddersfield?" He said, "Oh yeah, he did all right." And he said, obviously we fond memories because, we won the playoffs and all that. He said, but he made some mistakes. Yeah. And it's like, and look, before you say all goalkeepers make mistakes, I know, yeah, but it's just that we need to just buy a top class one. I don't feel like there's a way to cheat the system on goalkeepers. Like you've just got to pay the money, I think. And there is rumours that Liverpool are going to pay the money. That's why I'm talking about this. Alisson. I mean, some of these are absolutely mad though, aren't they?
I love them. We're back. Silly season. It's the summer.
I mean, used to work in newspapers, and it was really hard to fill the sports pages during the summer because, you're putting cricket in and you're putting all this other stuff in. But the truth is, people want to hear about footy. They want to hear about transfers. They want to hear about rumours. And everyone working in the media knows that. And so some of the reasons that they come up with as to why moves might happen are all a bit... really? I mean, I literally witnessed the sports editor make a story up and put it on the back page. I saw that happen. It's what is known as taking a flyer, and basically you go, well, that club's wants a striker. The striker at that club doesn't look very happy. Let's make up a fee, put the two together, and put it on the back page. I mean, I'm not saying that goes on all the time. It went on when I was there, though, at this paper. I witnessed it happen. I heard the conversation. I helped to lay out the page. So what I'm saying is this time of year, there's lots and lots of things that you should take with absolute skipfuls of salt because, the likelihood is half of them aren't going to happen.
Which brings you on to my agenda.
Yeah.
So his agent, Z. Do you want to pronounce it because you're good at pronouncing names?
So this is Alisson, the Brazilian goalkeeper. His agent's Z. Maria Nice.
It's all right, actually, it's one of the better ones, I think. Yeah, he liked the photoshopped image of Alisson on Instagram wearing a Liverpool top, which was enough for me, I think.
Oh, that's Eddie signing then?
That's all we've got.
Have you seen the Fekir one as well? Someone shouts Liverpool at him and he smiled. I was definitely coming then.
Yeah. I love this part. I love whenever it's like, they're just back from the World Cup and like the signings are about to happen again, and we've had nothing from the Liverpool patch of journalists. We've just had nothing. Everyone's keeping quiet, and then you get little things like this, like another one. Alisson removes Roma from his Instagram.
Was it definitely there before?
Yep.
I mean, who's watching?
I think so.
Who's like, who's going on his Instagram and going, still says Roma, still says Roma. Like, have a cup of tea, go and take the dog for a walk, come back. Doesn't say Roma now! Doesn't say Roma!
Yeah.
Let's put a red circle around it and put it on the internet. It's like,
for Craig Dees and his agenda.
Who's monitoring these things?
But I love this time of the season whenever it's like anyone with a slightly like Italian sounding name that tweets something about Alisson that could be like just blag and made up, and everyone's retweeting it because it sounds like it's right because it sounds as if it's from Italy. There's another one with Fekir, just a lad, like I think he's got, what's his first name? It's like Manuel or it's something. It sounds a little bit French, and everyone's just retweeting them saying like, oh, that's happening. So I'm well into it. I know like Rob Gutman, when he does the gutter, he loves all of this stuff. He's coming in and he said, have you seen this? Have you seen this?
It came up on my, like on Twitter when it tells you that like people you follow or followed someone else.
I know what you're about to say.
It came on the other day, Rob Gutman has followed the firm. And I was like, I thought the firm had gone. Do you remember the firm? Yeah. The firm were on Twitter, and basically, like, they called themselves the firm, and they made out that they were like transfer in the nose, and like it was just blag. And presumably they've been kicked off for whatever reason, and they've made a new account. One of the first followers, Rob Gutman.
Rob Gutman is always seen. So if it's someone like I said with Alisson, it's always someone with like an Italian name or a Brazilian name. Rob Gutman follows like every single time. Just as soon as he even sees a slight like a little bit of chat about Alisson, he's straight in there following.
He's like he DMs with IndyCalia, doesn't he?
I've had a couple of DM exchanges with IndyCalia. I love IndyCalia. I think he's
KFC chat.
I think he's amazing.
This is a fella, by the way. We got bollocked for this, by the way, the other day, Craig. So we've got to be really careful because we don't want people starting threads on, red and white cop or anything. Things like this, we should always explain what we're talking about for people who don't do Twitter. So IndyCalia is a fella with a little picture of like a pressman, isn't it, basically? LFC press. And then he like tweets. He tweets as though he's in there now. He tweets like rumours, but he says, Liverpool are going to sign this player and it's going to happen on this day. And he's got like hundreds of thousands of followers, hasn't he? Yeah. And like no one really knows who he is. No one really knows if he does know anything, and that's kind of the appeal. But there's big talk that he works at KFC.
He's just really funny with his tweets now.
But he's mates with Rob.
He takes the piss out of himself a bit as well, which is really, really funny. He's definitely worth a follow. But I wouldn't take him seriously. But yeah, I think little things like this, even though we're laughing about them, there has been a few things like DiMarzio in Italy saying that he'll either choose Liverpool or Chelsea. Just depends on the bids, and that Roma are now open to sell. You've heard like little bits of chat about Monkey from isn't it Monkey? Have I made that up? Munchie? Monkey. Is it Munchie?
Monkey. You say you can never ever say anything about my pronunciations again. No, I'm not cutting it. It's staying in. You always have a go at my. It's definitely not Monkey. Monkey. Little chimp boxing off transfers, like. Yeah, I think it's Munchie, mate. I think it's Monkey. Well in, lad.
Let's just call him Munchie or whatever.
That's the best ever, that lad. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, he said he's open to selling them or something.
Who's he selling? Alisson. Sound okay. Oh, God. But I thought his agent was Z. Maria Nice.
No. I can't do this.
Monkey. Okay, the next one on the agenda.
Yeah, sorry. What I was saying was, it seems that there's There's been things coming out of Italy that now Roma are slightly open to, they're more open to selling them because they've signed about 11 players, haven't they? You've seen the amount. There's talk of them, they've got a deal for one of the French goalkeepers as well if Alisson leaves, so they've got contingency plans there, and they seem as if it seems as if there's a bit of a game happening, and it feels now that over the next 2 weeks we'll know a lot more about Liverpool's targets and where we are with them, and hopefully we'll see a couple of signings.
What's this publication called?
L'Equipe.
Okay. And they're saying Lyon want Fekir sorted by the end of the month.
Apparently there's a deadline.
By end of the end.
Oh, Christ, I can't see that.
But also
set a deadline, haven't they? Apparently Lyon want to set a deadline on it for the end of July just to get it sorted because they'll want transfer targets as well. And God, our transfer window finishes, isn't it, 10 days?
9th of August.
So it's the 9th of August. So there's not a long time left. So
it feels to me with Lyon, just quickly, that they're talking about this so much that they want it to happen.
And it's quiet in Liverpool. Liverpool just, I think what interests me about transfers at this sort of time, that it is this chess game. It's the same with Roma. Roma saying he's not for sale, no, we want big money, and then suddenly it's, oh no, we might be open to negotiations, and it's just this big chess game. And one way or another it's going to come to a head, but if the Instagram account and his agent's Instagram activity is anything to say on Alisson, then hopefully we'll see when Liverpool's up.
You've got Dejan Lovren down on the agenda as well, who's absolutely loving the fact that Croatia finished as runners-up in the World Cup. And I'm into this. Yeah. Look, I'm into this. And we were talking about it before, and I think, celebrating second, you get people being sniffy about that. But look, Croatia's a small country. We're a small company. And, the fact that they got to the World Cup final exceeded expectations in that respect. And look, you can see them going mad on the streets. You can see the welcome that they got back. Why wouldn't you enjoy that? And I just think, in general, I'm going to go big here. In life, in general, maybe it's the internet age or whatever, but there's this undercurrent of snide all the time. But it just does me head in. It's
you're right.
It's because Lovren said he was one of the best players in the world or whatever. All the pricks piling on that now, and mank journalists going here, I hope he never gets over this and all that. Look, if you do any kind of psychology, if you speak to us, they tell you to talk positively about yourself, and that's what he's done. Okay, a bit over the top, and even Jürgen had a bit of a laugh about that at the weekend. But so fucking what? You don't have to hold it against him forevermore. Just a football player, and he's a football player who finished second, football player who's enjoying himself. And I just don't get the continual need from certain people to be snide. It's like some of the pricks who put comments on this. I'm sure this video will be another one. But it's just lads who you see day after day after day who just troll and being a bell end. Haven't you got nothing better to do? Go and get a bird.
It's called out the audience here.
Anyway.
No, but it is a minority, isn't it? In terms of our comments. But I
don't like Melissa's voice. Don't have her on the show. I'll tell you what, don't watch when she's on, mate. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off then. Because she's going to come on, because she's part of the Anfield app. We love her. We think she's great. We're going to keep asking her on the videos, keep asking her on the podcast. And if you don't like her, fuck off. There you go. Done. Ta-da. Shows.
That wasn't on the agenda.
No, this segues really nicely. Shows for today. Yesterday's free show, Mel Reddy was really interested on Boot. See? It's like I meant it.
She was really interested on the Boot Batch situation. I'm not going to tell you what she was talking about because you have to listen to it. It's the free show. It's on our website. We've got a new redesign on their website. So if you just go on the homepage, you'll be able just to click play and be able to listen to that. So it's definitely well worth a listen.
And it's of course on all the usual podcast apps. It's on Spotify as well. If you don't like podcast apps and you just want look us up in the podcast section on Spotify, you can find the free shows on there. There's lots of ways to listen to us, but yeah, podcast apps, Spotify, our website, and obviously watch what's on YouTube as well. Elsewhere today, there was a gutter yesterday as well, discussing amongst other things the idea that Harry Maguire could maybe come to Liverpool. We're not sure where those things came from, Andy.
I'm just looking at the agenda here. I actually meant to start.
He's opened brackets and put Maguire, and then there's nothing else after that.
There's just a comma. I meant to put more people. They did talk about a few people. Alisson. It's all the usual suspects. You know who've been linked.
There's a wild cards today apparently. There's a lower league show. Is there?
Apparently so, yeah.
Okay. So, you know, there's all kinds of footy chats on the Anfield app. Get involved. Anfield app /subscribe if you don't already. We'll be building up to the new season. We'll be covering all the pre-season games. I know Neil's going to Blackburn. All of us are going, well, not all of us, but a group of us are going over to America. We'll be covering those games over there. We're doing live shows as well while we're there in Charlotte, New York, Detroit. There's live shows in Belfast and Dublin as well. If you'd like to go to any of those shows and tickets are selling well, it's theanfieldapp.com /tour live, TAW live. What's this bit? You'll have to do that. I don't know what that's about. America, tell us what kind of video content you want.
Yeah, well, we've got we're planning things for America in terms of what content we do out there. So in terms of podcasts, that'll be in Saw Player and the video content. And obviously we're trying new things with video content. So if there's anything you would like from us in America in terms of, you know, just trying to tell the story of what we're up to and share that experience of following Liverpool on the US tour, then let us know. We'll obviously be trying to, you know, grab players at the open training sessions and get content from the matches, our usual post-match shows and all, as Gareth have said. But you know, if there's anything that you'd like, whether it's speak to American fans, a big fan culture out there is one of our ideas, just anything like that at all, yeah, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we do listen to your feedback. We do take note of your feedback, whether that's actually just coming up to us and talking to us in the street, whether that's leaving comments on YouTube, whether that's comments on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter, or you search for the Anfield app on all of those platforms, we are there. We do take them on board, but we like it to be constructive, not just like, I don't like this person or I don't like this person's voice. That's not constructive, mate. Philly, I'm going to just block you if you keep being a prick, mate. So, you know, who wins in the end? It's me, innit? That has been talking.
He's going to create a new one called Philly too.
I know he is. There's some mank who comes on, and like there's some mank, he consistently came on honestly about 6 months, every video we did. And I just said to him one day, why'd you do this, lad? Like if you think we're talking shite, what you watch it for? And it's like, because I enjoy watching you talk shite. And I'm like, you need to go outside in the sunshine. You need to get a girlfriend. You need to have sex. You need to find some friends, because this isn't a good way to run your life. You know, putting comments on YouTube. You're like, really? Really? You got nothing better to do? You bell. Okay, that has been the Anfield Wrap. There'll be more from us tomorrow. Up to that.